Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Bar Talk. I'm Glenn Kennedy, along with my co-host Charles Mautz.
Glad to be here, Glenn.
How you doing today,
Oh,
Charles?
pretty good. Nice day, isn't it, again?
So today I'd like to talk about back in the day. How'd you guys get around? So what streets actually went through? How'd you get to L.A.? How'd you get to the beach?
Okay, the beach, that'd be a good one. Everybody went Glendora Avenue, right
Okay.
through, almost through Puente, but it varied off a little bit. You didn't have to go through downtown, right over the hill. And when you got at the bottom of the hill, I think that was Whittier Boulevard, it made a jog. You stopped there, you went down to uh, Beach Boulevard, and you made a left and you were on your way. And the next stop you made was when you were at the beach or Huntington or whichever way you want. If you turned left, you went to Newport Beach and down the
Okay.
coast. That
So
was about
I,
it.
I I heard there was only one stop sign between Whittier Boulevard and the beach. Is that true?
That's true.
Wow.
That's one stop sign. And we were always told not to go through it because it's a shame you can at least stop once.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you ever stop at Knott's Berry Farm?
We used to, but I don't fully remember it. But my grandmother would always stop and get berries to
Okay.
make her own pie. And then we just stop and get fresh berries. It was just a stand along the way. It was all farming. There was very few homes we'd have to
Okay.
go through. And as you closer you got to the coast, they would farm beans and asparagus and fine peppers that were shipped all over the world. That was wonderful farming land because that fog came in every morning and then it cleared up about 12 and went out. And my grandfather told me that the bean crop only had to be watered once during
Wow.
the whole summer. It was so just wonderful.
Okay.
And,
How'd you get to LA?
oh, we took the streetcar.
Okay, so you
That-
guys actually took the streetcar. So tell me about the streetcar.
Oh, the streetcar, it was something. We'd go to Baldwin Park, we'd get what is known as the flyer. The flyer did not stop at Covina. You had to, if you picked it up at Covina, first thing, there was no parking for your car. And then you had to stop all the way and it took forever. But you go to Baldwin Park, they made a lot of parking along the tracks. You pick the flyer up, in 18 minutes you were downtown at the main depot in Los Angeles. And they gave you a little token. And that token you could transfer to one of the red cars, they call them, or yellow cards, and you'd go all over LA, wherever you wanted to go, see grandma or your aunt
Okay.
or somebody. It was really fun. And we used to, on Saturdays, and of course everybody did this in West Covina, we'd take the flyer into the depot, Santa Fe Depot, and it was known as the Hyatt House. And they ran all the restaurants for all the national parks, for all the railroads in the United States, and all the depots.
Really?
Oh, it was wonderful. And you'd go in there, and we'd get fresh made waffles. You get pancakes too, bacon, eggs, and orange juice. And there's a smell you'll never forget. They ground their own coffee from Chile. And of course, we didn't drink coffee, but what a sweet smell. And she'd grind it and then put it in a big pot for the guy.
Wow.
It was, and real maple syrup.
Real hot maple syrup.
Hot maple. And I guess it was as good as we always think it was.
So did you go down to Felipe's?
That was for lunch. We'd take our little token and get on the streetcar, you'd say, or the car on the
Okay.
streets. You stand out, not in the middle of the street, but halfway out. I always was hoping the cars had to go around you, you know.
Okay.
A miracle we all didn't get killed. And I'd go down to my grandfather's mill, and what we'd do, my brother and I, down there with him, he was saw filer, we'd sweep up and clean up.
Okay.
And then the big horn rang at 1 o'clock. That was the day for Saturday. And everybody went home. And then we went to Flippy's.
Okay.
That was. Now, how'd we get around in West Covina? Glendora was the main street. Garvey was our main street. And you take Garvey into 5 Points, and you could separate there to go Valley or Garvey on into Los Angeles.
Okay.
And that was the way we go there. Or you could go down the valley and go straight in. But we went Garvey Avenue to 5 Points. And if we were at the right time, you got a big ice cream. Remember
Okay.
those? You might remember those.
So what streetcar ran down Badillo?
That was the red car, the Flyers.
Okay.
That was the main one through. It came from Pomona, San Bernardino, all over.
Okay.
Out that way. I guess all the towns. That was that was the main track.
Okay.
And went right down, and it would. They mostly would stop at Covina, but the Flyer wouldn't. The Flyer had a separate track, and it was kind of fun to go on the Flyer.
Okay. So you went from Covina. Where would you go all the way into LA?
All the way into LA.
So did you stop at like every mile, or how did that work?
It stopped at every town and picked people up.
Okay.
That was the difference between the Flyer and the regular streetcar.
Okay.
And most people took it to work that worked in Los Angeles. It was a wonderful transportation. For, I don't know, I guess if you bought a packet, I know that for $1, you go for a month at least.
Yeah.
And it'd ring the bell, and it'd get so loaded, people just hang on the side. Be against ocean now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't mean the side, but I mean inside,
Yeah.
with the handle. And it was a lot of fun. I always liked the streetcars, and but the regular one would stop at El Monte, Rosemead, every little stop, so everybody could get one, and that took quite a while.
Okay.
A lot of time. They were a lot of fun, and but in West Covina, basically to go into Los Angeles or to Pasadena,
Okay. So how'd you get to Pasadena?
we go right up Sunset. Right, and then we jog over to Urbandale. Remember, you told me about that jog.
Okay. Yeah. When you got to the corner of Sunset and San Bernardino Road, where it turns into Irwindale, it's like a curly Q. You had to go around.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but there was something there. And so was they take it up to where? Foothill?
Foothill.
Baseline?
And
Okay.
then go right into Pasadena. Pasadena was basically you went to Los Angeles or Pasadena, and the doctors were they had a lot of nice doctors in Pasadena, dentists and clothing stores. It was
This is prior to all the freeways being built.
Oh yeah, there were no freeways.
Okay, so there
at
was
all.
no freeways at the time.
Yeah.
So you would have to go up to Sunset Foothill, and that was the old Route 66.
Oh,
Yeah, so you would take that in. So how'd you get to, like, say if I wanted to go to Pico Rivera, if I wanted to go to Arcadia, did all these streets go through? Did I have to go down Valley? So what if I wanted to go to Pico Rivera?
Pico Rivera, probably you'd go down Sunset from here, or go down Glendora, and you'd get on Valley, and then you'd go a ways and just you'd jog around where the 605 freeway is before you'd get to there. You jogged all around through the farm areas by Rose Hill, which Rose Hill wasn't there then, and they raised grass out there, grass seed. And then you'd get to Whittier Boulevard, or you'd go down Whittier. You'd even have to backtrack, or there's another quick way: just go down Valley to Rosemead, go right down Rosemead.
Okay. That makes sense.
But you still had to jog a lot.
Okay.
And my grandfather would go every day. He'd go down that route to hit Washington Boulevard to go into Los Angeles, the Santa Fe Railroad. A lot of people work down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious because before they built the 605 freeway, was there a road? Was that a road, or what was that? Just nothing, or
Nothing.
Okay, it was it was just on the side of the San Gabriel River.
Yeah, just a road.
So okay. I was just curious if there was a road there, or because I don't. If I look at all the old maps, I never saw anything. I was just curious. So they just followed the river.
They followed the river,
and they just built it on the left side of the river.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was just,
Okay.
Actually, think about it, there wasn't any main streets on either side of the river.
That's-
just
yeah.
little streets. You know?
Okay.
And it was kind of no man's land down in there.
Okay.
Because it always used to get washed out a lot, so nobody would build or do anything in that area.
Okay. Say if I wanted to get to, how would I get to, like, if I wanted to go to Upland or I wanted to go to Claremont or something? So would I have to go the Garvey, which was old Highway 99? Would I have to take it over Kellogg Hill? You go up there, or could I go up? Did Arrow Highway go through? Or would I have to go up to Route 66?
Go up to Route 66.
Okay.
But Arrow Highway went a ways, but mostly you'd go right off over Kellogg's Hill, and then you'd get to town or one of the streets, and you turn out.
Okay. So how'd you get to Pomona?
We went right over Kellogg's Hill,
Okay.
and then we turned off at Town, or one of them, those streets,
Okay.
and by Cal Poly.
Did you ever go down Valley Boulevard?
Oh yeah, quite often.
Okay.
If you took anything over there, of course we didn't have big trucks like they do today, like vegetables or any type. We'd go valley because the old trucks would heat up going over the hill. That's hard to believe.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, and you didn't want to get them hot because you'd burn the motor up. So it was just
Okay.
as quick that we'd go down Sunset to Valley, and then we'd head out that way down Valley. And there wasn't much on Valley all the way. It was pretty well wide open, so you could go pretty fast. You go 25, 30 miles an hour, you
Okay.
know. But
So what if I wanted to get to Brea or Fullerton or Placentia or that part of town? How would I go?
you'd go right. Oh, we'd go over the hill, right, like we're going to the beach.
Okay, so I would have to go over what is that, Kalima?
Kalima, yeah, that
Okay, so I got to Whittier, then I'd have to make a left.
way. Make a left, yes. And
Boy, that's a long ways to get there, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it
gotta
is.
go way. So nothing cut through Pomona or anything, huh?
No,
Okay.
that I know of. And there was Whittier College, and a lot of the people went to Whittier College. There was a back road, but I never was on it. They said it was a little quicker to get to the college,
Okay.
but I don't know where that was. But you still had to go over the hill. And
Yeah,
it
no
was-
matter what, you had to go over the hill.
You had to go over the
Okay.
hill. And, you know, I was over there, 10 years ago, and not much has changed going over the hill. You know, I mean, it still winds all
Okay.
over, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this will be my last trip, you know.
I know Turnbull Canyon goes through.
Yeah.
Did it go through back then?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Barely, though.
Barely, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
everything was pretty narrow.
Yeah. Yes,
And
it still kind of is.
still is, yeah. Yeah.
Not much has changed on that street either.
No, the same hill, and you'd start down, and I was quite surprised. And I thought they'd have the road at least 4 lanes. but
Yeah,
it's
I
still
know.
a 2-lane road in places. But they'd go. I know that you knew why so many people. Remember, Mrs. Cran said the coach from Covina transferred to Whittier College,
Yeah.
and all the students
Yeah,
went.
yes.
Yeah, and that's. But I heard there was a back, and they'd go down Orange Avenue.
Okay.
They'd go right by Joe Hearst's place here and honk and everything, and they were taking the shortcut, I guess. You
Yeah.
know, so.
Just like the circus going down the San Bernardino Freeway, right?
Yeah, that's right. It was just but it was easy to get around, but it was not fast like it is today. Boy,
Okay.
those freeways. But the trolley, I mean, get into LA in 17 minutes from Baldwin Park. I mean,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, no traffic.
Yeah, no traffic.
Yeah.
Should do it. Probably easier to do it today.
Yes, it is.
So-
Yeah, much easier because that was any time. Because
Yeah.
It was a main track that went in. And my brother and I'll put out a little secret, used to cut out of school and go sometimes to see my grandfather. Because if we got there by lunchtime, he'd always take us out for a flippy sandwich.
Yeah. Okay.
And Mrs. Maxon, who was our teacher, said, "Hey boys, if you continue, we're going to have to get rid of you out
Yeah.
of school." But we still do it. And boy, it was just a lot of fun. You know,
Okay.
it was just a lot of fun.
Well, thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. So with that, we'd like to say thank you for watching and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. How was it?